Hey everyone, just thought I'd do a quick YouTube on how to cut up a chicken, how to save money. I've been doing this for years. This is an LD chicken and size 15, so it's a relatively small one, but I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years at least. I did do part of an apprenticeship as a chef, and this has probably been the most useful thing I've had. So chicken winning. Okay, so what we do, we've got a frozen chook. You've got to make sure it's fully defrosted. This one still might be a little bit defrosted. But I'm going to cut it up into different sections, and I'll show you what sections I go as I go along. The first thing to do is hold it up by the leg, and use a small, not a big chef's knife, but a medium utility knife. You just nick that skin in between the leg and the carcass, and because you're holding it up, all the weight is pulling it down, and get your knife in here and in here, and you can see the skin between the meat and the chicken and the leg and the carcass. And bring your knife around, and there's a little oyster up here on the back of them, and you try and scoop as much of that as you can. Then break the leg over like that so you can see the bone here. Cut straight through, and then you have one chicken Maryland. Now this can be cut into a drumstick and a thigh, but I'm not going to because I'll be making chicken valentines out of them. But if you bend the leg and you can feel the knuckle in there, to cut them, you just cut straight across there, and that would give you your drumstick and your thigh with the bone in. You can debone it, but yeah, this is a basic one to begin with. So I'm putting all my Marylands in there. Now, I'll do half the chicken first, and then I'll go back and do the other half. So the next part is you want to cut off the breast and the wing in one. And so you feel for the spine of the chicken up the top, and you just go to the left or right of it, depending on what side you want to cut. And you just cut straight down, not difficult, not hard, just use the knife backwards and forwards, and it'll go to one point. And that's at the bottom of the rib cage here, where you can't go any further. So then what you do is you use your tip of your knife just on an angle, and you gently move that along further and further down, and also you'll hit the wishbone here, and you keep going down further and further till your knife will come out the side. You can cut that bit off, and then you can keep cutting down like so until you feel the bone of the wing there. Bend that back a bit, you can see where the knuckle is, and cut that straight off. And there is your breast and your wing. I'm going to cut the wing off. All I ever do is I hold it up like this and cut that straight off. There's your wing. Now I'll be using this breast. I'll be making 2 chicken schnitzels out of it. So I'm taking off the skin, throwing that in a pot, and I'll make up a stock so that I can make a I'll make up chicken stock that I'll later use a cream of chicken soup. So for the chicken breast, all I'm doing is I'm slicing it in half. I don't have a lot of big chicken on my plate, so I'll use both of those. They're not real big, but this one's got the tender inside as well. But a couple of nice little chicken schnitzels or parmas if you want. You can flatten them out more. As I said, this is the number 15 chicken, so it's rather small. The bigger the chicken, the bigger the cuts, obviously. So I'm just going to put those with my other ones. There. So that's half of it. Now I'll quickly just go and do the rest of the chicken. I won't talk through this one, but you can see how easy they are to do once you get the hang of them. So basically, I'll show you what I get out of these. It's a chicken carcass. I use this to make a stock, which we'll just throw in the pot, but the other thing I also do is I cut down here, just underneath the wishbone here, and I take just that little bit of meat and cut off any bad bits, throw that in the stock pot, and just this little bit of meat, I just cut that up and put that aside. So it's only a couple of little bites, and when I make cream of chicken soup, I put that in too. But basically, from one chicken, you'll get 2 chicken breasts, 2 Marylands, which Marylands is your thigh and your drumstick, and 2 chicken wings. So for one person, and you get your carcass as well, which you can make a stock and a soup out of. So for one person, if you're on a budget, you could get away with probably 2 thighs one night for 2 drumsticks one night for a meal, a thigh one night, a chicken breast each night. So you know, there's 4 or 5 meals out of one chicken for one person. So it's a really cheap and easy way, once you know how, of saving some money in the supermarket. Alright, well that's all I'm going to do for this one. So chicken winning.